Hello and welcome back to episode 79 of the MotoGP 21 Career Mode. Now, in today's episode, we don't have any upgrading for the Moto2 or the Moto3 team, but we did get a pretty interesting offer from our manager. Factory Monster Energy Yamaha have put in an offer offering me big money, 2.6 million for my services. Now, I'm going to leave it up to you. Do you want me to go there next season, or do you want me to stay with Ducati? I'm not going to accept or refuse. The offer runs out in 10 weeks, so you have a few episodes to make your mind up. But I'm going to leave it up to the viewer, so let me know in the comments. I might throw a poll up, but for now, we'll just leave it in the comments. But anyway, let's get off to Austria 2. So, you join me here for my qualifying lap in Q2. 2.5 minutes left in the session, barreling our way down to turn 1. Jack Miller and Pecco, my two teammates, are P1 and 2 as of the minute. We're going to try our best to change that and push them back one spot each. Really good run through turn 1. Up through turn 2 and hard on the brakes into 3. We're almost 2 tenths off, so they're pretty quick in the opening sector. Barreling now all the way down to turn 4. Very tricky corner to get this stopped. You can see we've really overheated the brake there. Fortunately, you don't have a big enough rear brake in this game for this track for the amount of rear brake I use around here. But around here now we're 7 tenths up, almost 8. So we're looking pretty well for another pole position. We are on such a streak of race wins and pole positions at the moment with this Ducati. We are running away with the title. And it looks like we're on for another pole here as we come into the final sector. Almost a second up. Bit of a stoppy in. Not ideal, but it should be enough. Miller's binned it. That's his session done. Into the final corner we come. Up to the line. Absolutely shredding the rear tyre. And it's going to be a 1 minute 23 to pole position. So once again, it's a Ducati front row lockout. For some reason, I have the number 8, even though on my bike it's my usual 98. Fabio in P4 doing well to beat Jorge Martin. Someone in the background just binned it. And another few Ducatis in the top 10. Enea Bastianini and Zarco rounding out the top 10. So we decided to go exactly the same as our two teammates. Match them, we should be able to beat them on raw pace. Recommended front tyre was a soft and recommended medium for the rear. So most of the grid has gone with that. I don't know about the soft front, I reckon it'll overheat ever so slightly, but let's find out and jump on the grid. So what can we do off the line? 5 red lights and we are off. It looks to be a good start, but once again Miller is very good off that line. He always seems to get good launches. Down to 1. Oh, soft front is spongy. We're a bit wide. That's Miller through. Into a slipstream we go. Instantly got good drive up the hill. Just have to roll ever so slightly there on him. Big wheelie. That's let Pecco through. Back into a slipstream. Miller's already got a massive lead on us. Oh, got that all wrong in there. All wrong. Into the dirt we go. Big mistake in the opening lap. That's back to P10 behind Marquez. I'll just slide up his inside here. Push him out of track. He's never won at Marquez, this track, and you can see why down in P9. So we have a race on our hands here. Marquez is going to fight back. No, he's not. Can we get a run on Suzuki? Yes, we can. That is P8. Next up is the Aprilia. So the 3 bikes have ridden in GP. The Aprilia, the Suzuki and the Ducati all in the line. Good run on the Aprilia. We go to the inside. End of lap 1. We're going to just leave the brakes off. And that should be P7. We're just going to push him out onto the curb. Now back up to the top 7 we go. We have a bit of a gap between P3 and 2 Ducatis out front. Get a bit of a wheelie though, right on the back of Zarco. I don't think we're close enough to get him into 4. It would be a pretty aggressive move if we were to go for it. We have a look, but we just think better of it. Already had a big error there in the last lap, and we haven't really lost that much to the leaders. About 2 seconds. Much better drive through here. Just going to look up the inside, but he goes defensive. 2 defensive on the dirt to full lean. How did he stay on? But he's running wide. We're going to just slide up into P6. Next up is his teammate, Jorge Martin. So 5 Ducatis in the top 7. Definitely is a Ducati track. Jesus, saying that though, my one isn't behaving very well. How are we still on this bike? Up the line we come. We're after losing more time now to the leaders. Half a second slower that lap around. We haven't really got into a rhythm yet. Spun it up on the exit of 1 though. That's not great. We can take a lot of time out of them all into this braking zone. And right to the back of him again. Good drive. Now what can we do? Maybe in the last sector with Jorge Martin. We're not close enough yet. The Suzuki and the Yamaha are pretty much matched on top speed. We come from a long way back though. We take a lot of time out of him. Quarter hours wide again. He made that mistake in the last race. Oh, we get stuck on the back of Martin. Box in, nowhere to go. I'm going to leave them going hot. Take a nice aggressive corner speed. And that's P5, maybe P4. We have a look. It should be P4. It is. We just edge him out. But he has the inside line for 8. But we've got it done. So now we are on a charge. Next up is Mir. He's doing pretty well on that Suzuki to be this far up on a real V4 track on the inline 4 of the Gixxer. But we're on for a very fast lap here. 23.9, fast lap of the weekend, I believe. Definitely fast of the race. Into turn 3, we'll go for it. We'll just leave the brakes off. We have a good run, bit of slipstream. But he's pretty good on the brakes. We actually didn't get that stop. Neither did he really. He went pretty deep. The gap to the Ducatis in front is still bigger than I expected. Again, it just doesn't want to pull up in here. Rear brake taking and beating around this track. Can we go for it again up in here? No, just can't get through to him. Actually go very wide, so does he. Thankfully Martin wasn't close enough. So we made a bit of a dog's dinner of this race so far. We went with the right tyres, big mistake lap 1, and we are working ever so hard to get back to them. Can't go around the outside. He goes a bit wide though. We're going to just turn underneath him and just pick him up into the final corner. That is back to the podium. Now we have about half the race left to catch my teammates. What can we do now? We've got a few laps just to get a bit of a rhythm. As I say that, we run off track. Should be a little track limits running. Still yet to get one, which is surprising considering how much of the track I've used. It's under 2 seconds. Look at the time we take out of them when we have no one in front of us. Bit of a front end loss there though. It's a second now to Pecco. We are just a demon on the brake compared to the eye. It's brilliant. We could just save so much time there. And it makes overtaking very nice. Bit like Valentino on his prime. Just king of the last late breakers. Oof. Got a bit of a tank slapper on the braking there. Once again, fuel's coming down. Bike's starting to feel good. Tires are moving around. We're on a seriously quick lap this time around again. Just backing it in. We are taking a lot of time out of the 2 men in front of me. Miller leads still. Another fast lap, 23.4. And we're almost with them now. 3 laps to go, and I feel just slightly that Pecco is starting to labour a bit to keep with Jack. I've sat on him for a few laps, just taking it a bit easy for a lap or two, just let the tyres come back to me. But now we're going to strike up as far as turn 3. Actually got to move down just before it. But he fights back around the outside, we give him no room. Again, the front end just goes a bit light there, just scares me every time. But Miller's pace is just a bit too good for Pecco at the minute. It's going to be an Irish versus the Aussie for the victory here in race 2 at the Spielberg. The A1 ring it used to be known as. That's our second track limits warning. We actually have gotten 2 track limits warnings for barely doing anything, and we've ran off track multiple times and got nothing, which is a bit of a joke, but I won't complain. Definitely have pace to catch and pass Miller. We just need to do it in a safe and clean manner. Can we do it into the penultimate corner? I think better off it this time around. Just have a little look, shadow him for a lap. To the final corner. If we need be, I reckon I could get it done. Okay, good drive. We've completely dropped Pecco this time. Again, look into turn 1, decide better against it. Not going to go yet. We are the class of the field. We are so far in front of everyone, including our teammates respectively. We have a look again. Just tuck right back in behind them. Just hold our gunpowder, keep it dry a minute. Penultimate lap now. Probably do it down here. Again, just tuck in. He's pretty good on the brakes because he just turns across to get a nice apex, but he goes a touch wide. We get a good exit. But he has the inside for turn 6. And he throws it in as I predicted he would. We try and take a tight line through. That should be the lead. Leave the brakes off, but we've just gone wide. That should leave Jack back through. And it is. All while Pecco is just closing in as our pace has dropped. Small with contact. That should be the lead on small stoppy though. That's making us run wide. We've got to pick it up. But Miller isn't through yet. We've actually got it done. I'm surprised we managed to keep that. Last lap time. Just put the head down. Make sure of it. Just breaking the slipstream down the home straight. Ooh, we're in. Kicking about. Under braking. To turn 3 we come. Everything in line, just the way you want it. A brilliant race once again. We made a bit of a balls at the start of it, but again, seriously good consistent pace has brought us back to where we belong at the top of the field. This championship is ours now. No one can stop us, I believe. We're going to bring Ducati their first title in about 15-16 years. This is season 2024 I think at this rate, maybe even 2025. Almost 20 years so since Stone won his one and only title with Ducati in 07. We're actually on lap record pace once again on this final lap. Into the final 2 corners we come, and it looks like it's going to be another pretty dominant win. We're going to bring it home by over a second to Jack. Up the line we come. Victory in Spielberg. So we end up with the fastest lap. We did just slightly go faster on the final lap there. Another podium lockout from the factory Ducati boys. Shout out to John Mir in P4. Brilliant result to beat the 2 satellite Ducatis. Mark is down in 9th. Fabio coming home in P11. Disastrous for him. Any chance of a fight back in the championship after the last round is gone. And anyone do something special on the last lap? No lap times that are outrageously quick. Doesn't appear to be. 29.8 is pretty quick. 29.7. But yeah, so they all did go a bit quicker towards the end, but still, this championship is one hand on the championship now as we are finished the mid part of the season. Over 100 points back to the next different manufacturer bike of Mir and P4. He jumps ahead of Zarco. It was a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in the championship, believe it or not, with Ducatis, but now it's a 1, 2, 3, 5. Jorge Martin down to P9. I expect to see him jump into the top 6 if Fabio keeps dropping points the way he is, but we have 55 points. That's 2 race wins worth of points. We've nearly 300 over Suzuki. That championship is done. And the constructors 134 of Yamaha, that's pretty much done as well. So Ducati having the season of their lives, and I'm having a brilliant ride again. Bring home the bacon, getting another victory. I've actually lost count of how many races we've won this year on this Des Medici. It worked out brilliantly to move to this team, to get off that Suzuki, and we should have won the title last year. Bit of a unfortunate with the game glitching out, but this year we're making no mistake, making sure of it. And we're doing it in emphatic style. So a brilliant result for Dom Mugera in P4, almost our first podium in the Moto2 class. Qualified 14th, great ride to get up to 4th. Carmona 18th up to 17th, not a bad result, again just slightly outside the points. He's just lacking a bit to get the final positions for the points. But let's see how the Moto3 boys got on. Another brilliant result for Rizal, second on the grid, wins the race. P4 Fernandez, a difficult track to race at in the Moto3 bikes. It's such a slipstream fest, but a good result again for the constructors. So yeah, what a brilliant season we're having so far. Just before we end it though, I'm going to look at my statistics. I think there's a way to look at my statistics overall, isn't there? Oh yeah, my stats, here it is on the left. So far in my whole career, we've got 23 race wins. This season alone, this is our 6th race win on a row. We also won in Jerez, which is 7. So we've won 7 out of how many races we've done this year. 33 poles, 47 podiums, and 88 races. 23 race wins through all that. We've won the Moto2, we've won the Moto3, and we're chasing that elusive MotoGP title that should come this year. But I am going to leave there. Up next will be, of course, Silverstone. We don't have long left in this championship. We have a few... There's actually a different calendar this year, which I only realised the other day, that we have Austin mid-season and we've a second round of Portimao, believe it or not. So we had a wet race there this year, which was crazy, and we came home P2 after qualifying nowhere. So we'll go to Portimao as the penultimate race before Valencia. So as it stands, I reckon we could win it at Misano. This championship totally, with Misano's 3rd race of this last race season. No, we've 2 Misanos. What? So it's 2 Misanos, 1 Aragon, no Motegi, no Chang. So it's actually really realistic now because we've none of the flyaways. We've no Phillip Island. So 2 Misano, that's a brilliant for me. And Texas, well, I'm pretty good at Texas compared to the ice. So yeah, we are looking odds on to take our first GP title, but I'm going to leave it there for today's episode. I hope you have enjoyed today's episode, another victory. If you did, drop a like down below and subscribe to see more, and I shall catch you all in the next episode. Bye bye.